Hi everybody and welcome back to the Great Bollywood Party. Today we have another special unboxing, which is a rather large one. These parcels have arrived over the course of July 2024 right up to February of 2025. That's why you are seeing all these unboxing one after the other. They have been recorded quite a while back, however only getting a chance to edit and upload them now. So this special parcel that we have in front of me comes from Pancham Records in India, and Praveen, who's actually packaged this parcel really well, has taken really good special care in making sure that these items have reached me impeccably. So without much ado, let us get into the unboxing. And on that special note, I also have a few items that have arrived from a dear friend on the WhatsApp groups, on the forums discussions. So big thank you to Summit. I appreciate it for all the ones that are in here from you, which I will mention especially when I do open them up. So for now, let's get out the trusty blade and unbox this gem. That's a quick sneak preview of what is inside. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. I'm gonna shift this box down so that we have space to start looking at what we have inside there. Item number one. Let's put the blade away. Item number one. Always a pleasure to have the music of Jagjit, one of the best revel singers that has ever dawned us on us. This one is the master and his magic. 7 previously unrecorded recordings from his personal archive. Really lovely gatefold, Blastainment and Sony music. You have done a beautiful ode to the man and presented his music in such impeccable form. I mean, even I'm not one to glorify color vinyls, but the gold color that they've done on this one is quite spectacular. That was Jagjit Singh, the master, and his music. A good one for all ghazal lovers. This one is an older movie. I think it was from the 1950s, early 1950s, called Amar Samadhi, which had the music by Vasant Desai. But along with this, it also had a double disc. Released on black LP. I apologize. It was released in 1939. Wow, this is quite cool. So at least we have some songs from those eras that were made here. Apparently they're saying these LPs contain many short renditions of popular bandishes in the awe-inspiring vocals of Ustad Salamat Ali. Interestingly, snatches of some of these mesmerizing tracks can be heard on YouTube alongside the later dubbed matching vocals of Lata Mangeshkar. Besides the two of the light songs of Amar Samadhi, there is a dance music There's dance music and 2 bonus tracks scored by Vasant Desai. Both these tracks are outside of Amar Samadhi and their complete versions have never been released on vinyl before. I think these are just generic stock images, there's nothing related to the movie. However, you will see the 2 tracks from the actual movie is Poonam Ki Chanderi Raaton Mein, Aaj Ke Prabhat Ki Pehli Kiran, Lata Mangeshkar and Mohammed Rafi. The bonus tracks are from Do Phool and Darag Batiyar, Ustad Amir Khan and Bismillah Khan Jugalbandi from Kunj Utti Shaitan. That was done by, I think, Shankar-Ehsaan-Loy. This is a double LP released on black LP, black vinyl. Okay, the next one we have is Naseeb. This one was also 1997. I think 1997 had a very spectacular music release here, and I think I've mentioned this previously on the channel, but each soundtrack had something really special about them. This Nadim Shravan soundtrack had 2 very irresistible songs, which was Shikwa Nahi Kisi Se by Kumar Sanu and my favorite Chanda Sitare by Udit Narayan and Alka Yagnik. Nice to see this one out on LP, and it's done in a bright neon orange LP. What do we have next? This was a surprise as well. I think this is one of the niche ones released by Rhythm Studio 18, Shadi Mein Zarur Ana. It also had a variety of music composers and lyricists. Lovely soundtrack if you haven't heard them before. I think this one also had R.D. Burman inspired track Pallo Latke. Yeah, it's there. Beautiful cover, nice pictures, well done. Nice to have this to the collection, nice to have added this to the collection as well, done on a black vinyl. Then we have one of the best movies of the year that it released in Andhadhun, and once again music maestro Amit Trivedi with lyrics by Jagjit Singh. Special about this is that it includes a lot of the background music as well. So if we look here, we'll see the Andhadhun theme 1, Andhadhun theme 2, all included, the title track. Really awesome, and I think Plastainment together with Z Music Company have done a fantastic job with this LP. From the comments I've seen on the forums and stuff, it's been quite cool. This is a white vinyl. Next one we have is the newly released repressing of Jaan Baaz. I shouldn't say repress because it's got a little bit of a change in the sequencing of the songs. However, they've done a great job with the LP cover. It's quite fresh, neat, clean, exactly what you'd be looking for. However, I do realize that they have made a mistake with some of the track listings here. Kishore Kumar is missing from this one, and this one here they've attributed Mahesh Gadvi to it, which I think only Sapna Mukherjee sang. But anyway, it's got nothing to do with the actual music, which I hear also was done quite nicely. And it's good to see the reappearing of the Music India label, which was usually changed to Universal. Maybe it's copyright things. Vinyl, quite good. The black vinyl. Another one from I think 2000 or 2001, the first Munna Bhai film from Rajkumar Hirani, music by Anu Malik. I'm not too sure what the case study was to get this one out on vinyl. it did have a decent soundtrack, and I think one of my favorites would be Subah Ho Gayi Mamu and Chan Chan, Vinod Rathod and Shreya Kushwaha. But good to have this here, and this one has also been released on a black color. One of the ones that I've been waiting for, I wasn't fortunate enough to get it in the initial pressing release. However, I did get this one, which was done by Rhythm Studio 18. I know there was a lot of discussions around the warping of the first issue, but a big thanks to Samit, who was able to procure this for me and send it to me. I really appreciate you, buddy. And we will give this a spin and a test out to see how it's done as well, quality wise. But lovely gatefold, lovely cover, it's neat, it's clean. I'm sure that's all we're looking for on LP releases. It doesn't have to be overtly done, too much artwork or things, and it's the LP. Bombay. Really happy to add this one of A.R. Rahman's most superb soundtracks. Tracks like Kehna Hi Kya, Ek Aur Gaya Aur Tum, the theme itself, Tu Hi Re, Kuch Kuch Rakama, beautiful, absolutely great soundtrack, and glad to have added it to the collection. Another one, this one, music by Shankar-Ehsaan-Loy, brilliant soundtrack by the trio. Wake Up Set. I think this one was people waited for this for a very long while, and it finally arrived. Again, the statement, kudos to you guys. You guys have really upped your game with LP covers and design. It's looking really good. Obviously, something I didn't realize until I actually looked quite deeper, that my most favorite track, Iktara, was composed by Amit Trivedi on the soundtrack. Love it, absolutely love it. And to go with a monumental release, we have this in a blue vinyl. Really nice. Missed the first pressing of this, so I had to get it in its reprint edition. I'm not too sure on the quality of these. I know Preetal Music have been doing this newer releases for tips. A little bit of a pen there, nothing to complain about. Yeah, great soundtrack. Wouldn't mind listening to this over and over again. A nice thick black vinyl, released on black vinyl as well. Next one, Min, also missed this in the initial pressing, so I had to get this in its second outing, or else miss it out again. I know the controversy surrounding Min was that all the tracks, or majority of the tracks, are copied in this one. So again, just a word of advice to Preetal Music is maybe just take a little time to make sure that the picture quality on these are not so waxy and DNR'd to death for these kind of prints. I mean, we are paying good prices for these, so I suppose the quality should go with that, right? And Man has also been released on a black vinyl. We'll give these a spin the moment I get time, and if you want me to review them, look out in the YouTube shorts. I probably will. So this is one I didn't get the initial pressing of as well, and quite nervously bought this one because I wasn't sure what the newer press would sound like, but I can tell you that much, I've heard it playing on other reels on YouTube, This is a superb pressing. If you haven't got Agar Tum Na Hote before, I say please go for it. And this one's released on a lovely purple or lavender LP. Aha! So finally we have one of the biggest franchises of music, of films to come out. Bahubali. Both part 1 and part 2 released on a single vinyl. I think this was released by Vinyl Studio 34, and they have done a really great job in ensuring that the soundtrack is preserved in pristine physical media. Interestingly enough, you will see it says Bahubali the beginning on the front part, and we have a nice gatefold from the first movie, and if you turn again, it's a double gatefold which had the cast of the second movie, Bahubali 2. And we have Bahubali 2 the conclusion there, which obviously lists all the tracks. And if I could choose any favorite of mine here, I would definitely say I love to listen to Viro Ka Veer Aa from Bahubali 2, and from the first one Koya Hai, even Panchi Bole, beautiful tracks by MM Green. Happy that this one's finally made it out onto vinyl as well, and a nice black, white and grey splatter vinyl. Bahubali 2 and Bahubali the beginning. Aha! I know this might have gone unnoticed. I don't see much talk or conversation around this one. Vaisa Bhi Hota Hai Part 2. You might wonder, where have I seen or heard this before? Because I don't know if people still remember it, but I think it had a superb soundtrack. I remember listening to this in the early 2000s, and I thought to myself, wow, this was something quite different from all the usual music that we were listening to. Obviously, Allah Ke Bande became quite famous. Music by Vishal Shekhar, and actually lyrics was by Vishal Tadlani as well. And one of my other favorite ones from here was Sajna Abija. If you haven't listened to it, please go for it. This whole soundtrack is good. It's actually quite good. I think the lyrics were done quite nicely. It incorporates very intellectual sarcasm to some of them, but it's done with such ease of listening that the soundtrack will glide on your turntable. This one was also released. Actually, it's more of a transparent page. I hope the color is coming through quite nicely, but this one's a transparent page vinyl. Then we have Dalal. Dalal mostly got this one for posterity's sake. Decent score by Bape Lahiri towards the early 90s. Some good tracks on here. Again, if you want to see this one was released in 2022, but I just got them now. This was the covers I was talking about. Look at the picture quality here. I think the statement have really upped their game and really gone out of their way to make it look better. I mean, if we are paying for the LPs, the covers should be designed properly as well, right? This one's also released on a black vinyl. Dalal. Next up, we have the lovely soundtrack to Milan. This was a superb soundtrack. It had all the elements of great melody and beautiful lyrics by Samir. Music was done by Anand Milan. I think this whole soundtrack boasted of songs that could last forever. एक बात बताओ, कहीं तो मिलेगी आंसू जुदाई का, आने वाले हैं मिलन के, आ जाना लड़की जो आए. Stunning songs. If you haven't bought this one, I highly recommend it. Please go, and it's really done well. This is also released on a black vinyl. You won't go wrong if you're a fan of the 90s music. I think I wouldn't flinch a second if an Imtiaz Ali soundtrack released on vinyl. I know this follow-up or sequel to the original Love Article got a lot of flack. It didn't do well, and it also might have gotten a lot more criticism than the original or the performances by Sara Ali Khan and Kartik Aryan. But, and I'll say this 100% with confidence, that the music from any Imtiaz Ali film stands out, and this one as well. While it does have a bit of remnants from the first Love Article with certain songs, I suppose so, because it would be the theme of the track, the theme of Love Article. But this one, Pritam has carved out beautifully. There are a great number of songs which are completely different, but still melodious and something that you could listen to over and over again. Shayad, Hame Khalad, Mehrama, Ye Duriya. I see Mohit Chauhan again, and I think Imtiaz Ali's got a good rapport with Mohit Chauhan. Very beautiful music here, and again, look how well they've done this vinyl cover. This is good design, and this is worthwhile having the LP cover in front of you, actually while listening to the music. And this one is released on a transparent, shocking pink vinyl. Quite cool, really nice. The next one we have the Essential Arijit. This is a Sony compilation series. They've done it through A.R. Rahman and complete other artists. Really good to see them doing this for Arijit Singh as well. I think essential listening, especially judging from the song compilation that they have put together here. Beautiful LP as well. Some unreleased LPs like 99 songs, Mr. X, Zid, Happy Ending, Kapoor and Sons, Cash, soundtracks that have never received the vinyl treatment. Songs are actually on here, and there's a great selection. We know Arijit Singh has really carved a good name for himself, basically versatility in terms of talent and giving the crowd what they really like. I've watched Arijit live in concert, and let me tell you, this guy is explosive. He's got what it takes, and glad to see Sony has actually done the Essential series for him as well. This also has been released on a gold vinyl, the gold disc, if I could call it that. Actually quite cool. I think this one will be played many times as well. The Essentials by Arijit Singh. Another one from 1996, the 90s, Agni Sakshi, a score by Nadim Shravan. I think he needs very little introduction. There are some gems on here. Obviously, O Yara Dil Lagana stands out. I think that was the most popular one. But tracks like Mere Kale Jaise, Sonu Nigam, Alka Yagnik, and Tu Meri Gulfam Hai, Kumar Shan and Kavita Krishnamurthy are superb listens as well. I miss this creativity from this era. I think it had so much of potential to bring out the actual themes of the film and to actually bring out the best of the singers. While we do have singers that are brilliant these days. I think they fall in terms of composition and tune. The music composers need to really up their game now and make sure there's a legacy that's left for the newer singers that are out there. This actually releases on a bright blood red vinyl. It seems to be raining Nadim Shravan vinyl. I suppose so, because they were quite popular duo from the 90s, and they popularized a lot of good soundtracks out there. Sergeant, Salami, even Tumse Acha Kaun Hai. I still see a lot of shorts made with the soundtrack of Tumse Acha Kaun Hai. Nice tracks, and good to see they even have the Tausif Akhtar songs. Great ghazal singer, really appreciating music. Aakh Hai Bari Bari is the more famous ones, but a very popular one was also Dil Gaya Mera Dil Gaya by Sonu Nigam. My favorite is Dur Wadi. I love it. Tumse Acha Kaun Hai also releases on black vinyl. So another one that I didn't get the OG vinyl of, because it's a bit difficult to source nowadays, but glad to see that Ishtar have re-released Jurm, and this I think was done also, this was done 07th of 2024, so it's quite recent as well. Evergreen tracks, Jab Koi Baat Bigar Jaye, Dunya Wale Bhi Kya Yaad, Manar Udas and Sadna Sargam, Hum Do Hamare Ho Do. Nice. Also released on a black vinyl. Next one is another one that we didn't get the OG release of because it's quite difficult to source. One of the later Shakti Samanta R.D. Burman soundtracks, Dushman. Some decent music here. I think one of the most famous ones was Mera Naam Sweet 16, but all the tracks have something to listen to and to have to add to your collection. Dushman also released on a black vinyl. If you have made it this far into the video, I would like to say a big thank you. I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe and share for more content to come your way, and also let me also know which soundtracks I should fast track to review from a quality standpoint. You will watch them in the YouTube shorts as soon as I can. The next few LPs have been sent to me by Summit as a gift, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Believe me, these LPs will be listened to time and time again. Please thank you so much. First one, double LP by Ravi Shankar and Ali Akbar Khan, Sitar and Sarod in concert. One I've been looking for quite a while. The inimitable Ustad Fayaz Khan. Beautiful renditions of rags Lalit, Ramkali, Todi and Bhairav. Lovely one. I'm so happy to have added this to my collection. Thank you, Summit. Really been looking forward to this one. One of my absolutely all-time favorite sitar players, Pandit Nikhil Banerjee, recorded live in Berkeley. One of the few that I do not have in my collection, which I finally now do have. Thank you, Summit. I think this one has a beautiful Rag Chandrakons. It is super. And we have again classical gems of Ustad Fayaz Ali Khan and Bare Ghulam Ali Khan on Hindustan Records. So this one's also quite difficult to source, and Summit had sent them to me so graciously. I really do appreciate it. These will be listened to with much fondness, and I'll be thanking you every time I listen to it. This one, if you haven't heard this one here by Ustad Bare Ghulam Ali Khan, please go for it. This one has more shorter renditions of ragas that were released on, I think, 10-inch gramophone records first, and then they were compiled together into a 10-inch LP, which then made its way to this 12-inch LP. It's got beautiful renditions of Rag Lalit, but my favorite would be the Gujari Tori, which is that Borboy. Borboy was used in the movie Dili 6, and A. Rahman masterfully infused Shreya Ghoshal with the vocals of Ustad Bari Ghulam Ali Khan. This is a must-have. The guy is a genius. When you hear him render any of the ragas in such a short form, but in such vast artistry, you'll understand why I'm saying this is a must-have. A follow-up to that would be the Tumris of Ustad Bari Ghulam Ali Khan on vinyl as well. This is a much beautiful follow-up to the first one. So if you do find these in the wild, please go for it. They are superb renditions. This one is for more relaxed listening and understanding, and seeing how Ustad Bari Ghulam Ali Khan expands his vocal range in a light classical format called a Tumri. Really amazing. Okay, so this one here was a purchase from Pancham Records as well. One of the first few that I've been looking for and finally able to get it, thanks to Praveen for sourcing Unpad. Unpad has the wonderful track by Lata Mangeshkar, Aapki Nazaron Ne Samjha, and what's the other one? Shokh Pichliya. The second one is Hai Isi Mein Pyar Ki Abru, especially the beautiful Rang Birangi Rakhi Lekar, beautiful soundtrack by Madan Mohan, and happy to have added this into the collection as well. And finally, I know I've been going on for a while, but while I do have Mr. India, this is quite a special edition of that one. I'll explain to you why. There were two versions of Mr. India released. The one had 5 tracks on side A, and the one had 4 tracks on side A. The second release had four tracks on side A, and they left one out. But it was a special one because that is the Muhammad Aziz version of Zindagi Ki Yahi Reet Hai, which I think was done initially before Kishore Kumar dubbed afterwards, but for some reason T-Series had included it on this one, and I was finally able to get my hands on this one thanks to Praveen. Much appreciated. So yes, that would bring us to the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Do let me know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe, and keep in touch. Hit up those comments.